Hello, and welcome to April 15th through the 30th predicted energies for all zodiac signs. I will be going through each and every zodiac sign. I will be pulling two cards, and then we'll see the predicted energies for you. I highly recommend you watch your sun, moon, and rising to get a complete picture of your energies. All right, let's start off with earth signs, Virgo. Show me Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. What are the predicted energies for Virgo, sun, moon, and rising for April 15th through the 30th? Okay. Page of Wands and, wow, the Queen of Cups. Here's the thing. There's definitely a lot of love showing up for you here, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, you get the Knight of Pentacles. The love is kind of delayed, though. So I don't know if this is you or your person's energy delaying this. We'll get to this in a second. The love is there. You love your person and they love you. But for some reason, the energies are really, really, really kind of dragging out. They're not flowing. It's not that they're not aligned. They are. Someone's delaying these energies though by their action. So it could be you're delaying it. It could be your person delaying it. I do feel like whoever the Page of Wands is, they're the ones that are delaying this loving energy from showing up. But it's not that it's never going to show up. It's not that you're never going to get this love that you're looking for. Again, I don't know if you have somebody specific in mind or not. Let's clarify and see. Let's start off with the Page of Wands. I want to see if this is someone in particular that you have in mind, or if this is just kind of like the type of love that you know you want and you're looking for, and you're just like, why is this dragging on? Why is this dragging on? Why is this taking so long? Let's see. Clarify the Page of Wands for me. Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, oof, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, someone's really delaying this energy, and they're delaying it because they're inconsistent. Some of you may be dealing with a Sagittarius. Here's the thing. Think of manifestation, right? When somebody puts out the energy into the universe, so I want this and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make it happen, the universe signs up. The universe just knows, like, this is what you want, this is what I'm going to give you. There's no playing games here. There's no delaying it. There's literally none of that, okay? Now, unfortunately, what I see here with this person is a lot of very, very, very okay, Virgo. So basically, somebody is kind of sending mixed messages to the universe here. They're like, I want this, I don't want this. I'm into this, I'm not into this. Now, the reason they're like this, it's not because they don't actually care. It's not because they don't actually love you. It's not because they don't want what it is that you want in this connection, right? None of that is true. The reason this person has so much back and forth is because they within themselves cannot decide if they want to put down their walls or keep them up. This person has a lot of defense mechanisms in place, and I mean a lot of defense mechanisms in place. They're very, very guarded. They have a lot of these like walls up. And they're showing me, like, I'm trying to be optimistic. I really do want to put my walls down. I do really want to open up. But they don't trust themselves to do that. There's like a lack of inherent harmony within this person. And so what you're experiencing on the other end of this is hot, cold, open, closed, in, out, right? Because when they do trust this situation and themselves enough to put their walls down, they're open, they're warm, the energies are great, you're vibing, all of that is awesome. And then, of course, fear kicks back in, and then they shoot their walls back up, and then you feel that cold, detached energy. This person is not playing games. They're not coming from a deceptive place, but I can't see how this would literally give you emotional whiplash. Like, this is very, very, very confusing. This is very, 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 it's not comfortable. This is not a comfortable energy by any means for you to experience. It's not comfortable for them either, because obviously, like, imagine bouncing back and forth between these like complete polar energies within yourself. That's not comfortable either. But this would be more uncomfortable for you than it is for this person, because this person's the one doing it. You're the one that's kind of dealing with the actions, right? With the consequences of that. Let me take a look at the Queen of Cups, because the love is definitely there for them. Six of Wands, King of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, they do love you. They really do love you. And they know that you feel exactly like what they feel for you, you feel for them and vice versa. So the love is really not the issue here. And they're showing me, I know that there's a beautiful balance in this connection. There's a beautiful give and take. There's a beautiful flow. Like this connection really, really has all the necessary criteria to be successful. Okay. It's just this person. And some of you may be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. It's just this person's like defense mechanisms, and they look at it as like logic, right? It's kind of like, well, why would I put my walls down? I don't trust the situation yet, blah, blah, blah. They think too much. Your person thinks too much. They literally need to stop thinking so much, connect more to their emotions as opposed to their thoughts, their fears, right? Because that's where these walls comes from, their mind. These walls come from a place of the brain trying to protect them so that they don't experience past pain the way that they did. The brain is there to protect you from experiencing that same pain that you did in the past and experiencing it again. And so what this person does is essentially their brain has all these fears, all these insecurities, all these like past experiences, and it kind of like projects them onto the current situation with you. Now, whether or not this is history with you, I don't feel like for the majority of you, you broke Humpty Dumpty here. Like, I don't feel like you're the one that created these defense mechanisms for this person. You are dealing with the consequences of them though. And so this person is showing me like, I know logically this connection's balanced, it's beautiful, it's successful, the love is there. I just take baby steps. They take really, really, really small steps moving forward. And unfortunately, along with those steps come a lot of walls and defense mechanisms, which is quite unfortunate for you because you didn't break Humpty Dumpty, but you're dealing with the consequences of Humpty Dumpty being put back together. All right, that was Virgo. Let's move on to Taurus. Show me Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Predicted energies for April 15th through the 30th. And happy birthday to all my Tauruses. And happy late birthday to all my Aries out there. Let's see, Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Wheel of Fortune, we love that. And the 10 of Cups. Taurus, these are good vibes coming your way. Bottom of the deck, you get the 9 of Cups. Obviously, this is your birthday month. The universe would not do you dirty. And it's bringing in really, really, really positive vibes for you. The Wheel of Fortune is literally divine positive energy. Like the universe is coming in and dumping positive vibes on you in the 5D. And then here in the 3D, you're also experiencing happiness, emotional stability, emotional fulfillment. Really, really, really good energy for my Taurus gang. So let's clarify. Let's see the Wheel of Fortune. Oh. 5 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. Yes, you are healing something from the past. You're healing something that took place in the past, which left a really, really, really bitter taste in your mouth. It could be an experience. It could be a relationship. I don't know what this is, but you're showing me the past is being healed. Now, you're doing this from an emotional place. So you're actually accessing your feelings, right? Very slowly, very gently, to heal whatever happened in the past. Now, I love this because this is also happening in divine timing. So this could be something that you've been trying to work on for a while. This could be a limiting belief, a fear, an insecurity, whatever, that you've been trying to work on for quite some time. And maybe it's been stuck and maybe you haven't been able to heal it or fix it. And you're kind of like, why is this stuck? Why is this stuck? These next 2 weeks, the universe is really coming in and divinely guiding you in the direction of healing this and fixing this and almost kind of like lifting these difficult energies off of you. And what's beautiful is you're not sweeping this energy under the rug. You are genuinely digging deep and healing whatever this is. I love this for you, Taurus, because you are a sign. You're not like a completely shut off emotional sign. But you're accessing this from an emotional place, which means you're actually getting to the root of whatever this is. You're not just kind of like skimming the surface. And this is beautiful because it's with divine guidance, but also in divine timing. So yay for Taurus. Let's take a look at the 10 of Cups and see what all this happiness coming your way is about. And for those of you watching live, if this resonates, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out with the algorithm. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Taurus, you've got such good vibes in the moon. You don't even see this coming. You do not even see all these good vibes and this happiness coming your way. I love this so much for you. You're turning over a new leaf. It's like you're entering into a new energy, not a new you, but a new energy over the next 2 weeks. And this is a learning process for you. Again, I feel like up until now, maybe you've tried something and you failed. Maybe you felt like the energies have been stuck. The universe is kind of like unlocking this for you right now. And again, it's not going to be like this overnight shift where, you wake up one day, you're like, oh my gosh, everything's just like magically fixed. It's like, no, but you're making small incremental steps towards a new start, a new beginning, a new phase filled with positive energy. And what I love the most is that you're actually seeing 3D world proof for all of these changes. So it's not just like you feel different or you're like, energetically, you can sense that something shifted. You will see the proof in the pudding. You will see the proof here in the 3D world. And you're walking away from a kind of rocky, difficult, tumultuous energy within yourself into a much more positive, much more balanced energy. And again, excuse me, you don't even see this coming. I love this. I love this. This is so beautiful. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, you've got really, really, really good energy coming your way. I'm so excited for you. Okay, that was Taurus. Moving on to Capricorn. Show me Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Predicted energies for April 15th through the 30th. Show me Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Predicted energies April 15th through the 30th. The Lovers. And the Knight of Pentacles. I don't like that card. Bottom of the deck, you get the Six of Wands. Okay. Listen, Cappy, some of you may be dealing with the Gemini. You are moving in the direction of a deep, deep, deep soul connection. And this connection will work out. It has all the necessary elements for success, longevity. The Lovers is literally, I don't like using words like soulmate or twin flame because people tend to pigeonhole themselves, but you're moving in the direction of a deep, deep, deep soul connection. Okay. However, it's a slow process. It's very slow progress. And we'll see why. The universe is showing me this is for the best though. As much as you, and again, you're an earth sign, so you don't really have an issue with moving slowly, but you're the most fiery out of all the earth signs. And so I feel like if it were up to you, you'd probably expedite things a little bit. You'd make them move a little bit faster. The universe is showing me it's for the best that things are moving this slowly. So let's see why. Let's start off with the Lovers. I want to see what the universe has to say about this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful divine connection. Two of Cups. Wow. Wow. The Knight of Swords and the Temperance. This is, some of you may be dealing with a Sag. This is going to be so healing for you, Cappy. This is so beautiful. You get the Lovers and the Two of Cups. This is a loving, amazing, incredible relationship, both in the 5D and also here in the 3D. I absolutely love this. Okay. Now, whatever action you're doing, keep doing it. The biggest thing that I see here that maybe you're working on this, maybe you're really putting in an effort to make this happen is communication. Do you have trouble communicating? Do you have trouble being vulnerable in your communication? Whatever it is, I can definitely see that you're doing the work to continue bringing in this beautiful, loving energy. You're showing me I'm not going to put any walls up. I'm not going to hinder this. I'm not going to let my fears or my doubts or my question marks or my insecurities affect this. No, you are really, really putting in the work to make sure that this connection is balanced and harmonious. And more importantly, like, yeah, the connection is great, but also within yourself. You want to make sure that you feel balanced. You don't want to act from a place of fear, insecurity, limiting beliefs. You're showing me, I want to make sure that every action that I take when it comes to this connection comes from a place of internal harmony and internal balance. And you're showing me I'm communicating this. So I don't know if you're communicating it with the person that you're in a connection with, or maybe you're going to like therapy, or you're meditating, or you're journaling. You're putting this energy out there in the form of words, in the form of communication. And it seems to be really, really working to your benefit. This is so beautiful. I don't even know, like, I don't necessarily even see like a shift where I'm like, oh, you went from this to this, right? It's not that. It's just so positive. It's so positive for you, Cappy. Hi to everybody on the live. Thank you for being here. Now let's take a look at the Knight of Pentacles to see why slow and steady wins the race for you, Cappy. Ten of Wands, Three of Wands, Seven of Cups. Patience is not your middle name, is it? Bottom of the deck, you get the Two of Wands. You don't like waiting. You don't like waiting. You're showing me waiting. I don't want this waiting. Slow and steady wins the race, Cappy. I'm going to say it again, and the universe is saying it. I can see how difficult it is. You're literally showing me it is very, very, very difficult for me to be patient, to wait. Patience is not a virtue. Like, it's not your strong suit, okay? And you're showing me the waiting part. The reason it's so difficult for me is because it starts to overwhelm me. It starts to confuse me. So it's like all this work that you've done on like maintaining this internal harmony and internal balance and feeling balanced and feeling good. You're showing me that kind of throws me off. It throws me for a loop. I don't feel as good. I don't feel as balanced. And you're kind of putting this message out into the universe where you're like, look, I'll wait. I'll be patient, but like, please don't make me wait longer than I have to. Like, if you can make the waiting go from the Three to the Two of Wands, I would much prefer that, because waiting, it doesn't stress you out. It just kind of, your mind starts being a little bit overactive and you start entertaining way too many possibilities. Like, if you look at this card, for those of you that are watching this and not listening to the audio version on the podcast, there is a card with a bunch of snakes on it. And that's kind of what your mind starts to do. It starts to have all these like slithering, not so positive thoughts coming in, and it's like overwhelming and it's confusing, and you start thinking and entertaining things which are like not actually viable, and they're not actually even beneficial to you. When you're showing me, I've worked so hard to like maintain this harmony and maintain this balance. I don't want my mind to get the better of me. And that only happens when things are delayed, or when you have to wait. You're not, the waiting part is really what is not easy for you. But again, I will say, don't have a fear of like this not working out. Just because things take longer than you want them to doesn't mean they're not going to work out. Slow and steady really does win the race on this one. Let me just sip my tea real quick and I'll move on to water signs. Okay. Moving on to water signs, we're going to start off with Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. April 15th through the 30th energies. Show me Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. April, oh, okay, I asked for 2 cards. We get 2. You get the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. You're really taking and putting in a lot of effort to prioritize yourself. Give yourself what you need. Make sure that you feel stable. Make sure that you feel balanced. Make sure that your needs are taken care of. Now, we'll see if this is within a connection or just within yourself. But bottom of the deck, you get the Devil. There was some unhealthy energy surrounding you, and I feel like that's why you're so heavily prioritizing putting in the work to make sure that you're good. So either you were in a relationship which was maybe a little bit unhealthy and that was draining you, and you're showing me I kind of need to like replenish and focus on myself. For others of you, it could have been some unhealthy thought patterns, unhealthy beliefs where you're like, I don't want to entertain those anymore. And so I really need to make sure that I give myself the TLC that I need. So let's clarify. First of all, let me see what it is that you're doing, what action it is that you're taking. Clarify the Knight of Swords for me. Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, you get the Hierophant. Some of you may have been dealing or are dealing with a Taurus. So I see that all of the actions that you're taking now, two things. One, they're coming from a very logical place. You are not letting your emotions influence you. You are not letting your emotions guide you here. You're making sure to be very logical and very, very practical, almost to the point of being emotionally detached and disconnected. So you want to make sure whatever I do, it makes sense for me to take this action. That's the first thing. Secondly, the reason you're prioritizing yourself, the reason you're so focused on taking action, okay, comes from a place of being disappointed. Something happened in the past or something happened within this connection or with this person which really bummed you out. It really disappointed you. It did not leave the best taste in your mouth, and you're showing me like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want to put myself in that position again. I don't want to feel like this again. And you're showing me like, that's why I'm taking action. You are militantly doing this. Like, you are showing me hell or high water. I'm not going to get disappointed again. I'm not going to get, and it's not even like heartbreak, to be honest. It's literally just like a bummed out energy. This person, with whatever they did, whatever happened, it bummed you out. And you're showing me, I don't want to feel like that again. Not going to feel like that again. I'm not putting myself in that position again. It's just not happening. And this has to do with a committed relationship. So either you were with someone that you thought it was going to become a committed relationship and it didn't, or you were actually in a committed relationship and you kept getting disappointed by this person over and over and over again. You're like, no more, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. We're not playing this game anymore. Like, I'm taking action to make sure that whatever happens moving forward lines up with what I think should happen. And like, in my head, I'm not letting my feelings get the better of me. I don't care how much I love you. I don't care how much I care about you. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to get disappointed and bummed out again by you and your actions. Okay. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles, Cancer. Just adjust the microphone. There we go. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles for Cancer. See why that's showing up. The World, Six of Swords, Page of Wands. Yeah, you're done with the games. You're done with the games. You're showing me like, look, and again, you get the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, and I just shuffled this and I just cut the deck 3 times. You're literally showing me I am so done with these games. I am walking away from this immature energy. I'm closing out this cycle of entertaining your BS. Somebody that you are dealing with was very, very immature. They handled this connection immaturely. They did not give it the actual emotional respect that it deserves. And you're showing me I'm done with that. And it doesn't even matter if you've like broken up with this person or you're still together. It's irrelevant. You're done with the games. You're done entertaining immature energy. You're showing me like I physically removed myself from the version of me that would have entertained that would have listened to that would have, played into these games. I'm done. I'm closing out that cycle and I'm starting a brand new cycle where I put myself first. I put my needs first. I put my desires first. I'm not entertaining this any longer. And again, this has to do specifically with a committed relationship. This could be like a friendship. It could be a family member. It could be romantic. Either way, this is not career-wise. This is you and another energy. And you feel that the person that you're connected to, the energy that they're showing up under is not the energy that you deserve. And it's not the energy that this connection deserves. And you're like, I'm done with it. I'm done. We're not playing this game anymore. Good for you, Cancer. Putting yourself first. I love that. I love that. That's a very, very, very difficult decision to make, but it's a very mature one. Let me sip my coffee real quick. Okay. Moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Predicted energies for April 15th through the 30th. Show me Scorpio, April 15th through the 30th. Four of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Bottom of the deck, you get the Tower. What happened? This is such a strong bond. This is such a strong connection. It has all the necessary criteria to be successful, long-term, go the distance, be stable. What happened here? You get the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Something crumbled. Something collapsed here. Oh boy. Or are you recognizing that maybe this connection is not what you thought it was? Let's see. Let's clarify. We'll start off with the Four of Wands. Wow, Scorpio, I was not expecting that. Clarify the Four of Wands for me, please. Knight of Cups, 10 of Swords, 9 of Cups. What the heck? Bottom of the deck, you get the Hierophant. The love is gone, eh? Oh my God. So you're essentially showing me like, look, this connection at some point, I felt very attached to this person. I felt like it was a deep bond. I felt like it was a deep connection. I really felt like you felt like this person and this connection was like your home. They felt safe. They felt comfortable. Like you were bonded with them, and you're showing me, and I love them, and I gave them my love, and this connection was emotionally fulfilling and emotionally stabilizing. Like this connection gave you what you really needed emotionally. It made you feel secure, and you're showing me that's done. Literally, that is done. That has ended. That's come to an end. And it was a very abrupt end too. I don't feel like this was kind of like a slow decline. It's like, yay, everything was good, everything was great, and then suddenly, bam. Now, I don't even feel, for some of you, the connection ended. For the majority, it's not the connection ending. It's all those positive feelings and those positive emotions tied up to the connection, which have ended. What? Let me take a look at the 10 of Pentacles. Let's see. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles for me. Eight of Swords, the Hermit, Ace of Swords. You're stressed out about this, eh? Bottom of the deck, you get the King of Wands. You're really stressed out about this because you're showing me I'm aware of what I'm thinking. I'm aware of what I'm feeling. Like I am heavily preoccupied with all these thoughts of like this connection's not working. It's not working. Like you really at some point saw this connection going the distance and being in your life for a very, very, very long time. And like, I'm not going to say marriage. Some of you entertain marriage, but for some of you, it was just like, I saw this connection being in my life for a long, long time. And then now you're showing me, oh boy, I'm stressing out. Like, because I'm seeing all these like cracks. I don't feel as emotionally balanced. I don't feel as emotionally fulfilled anymore. And you're aware of this, right? It's not like this is all happening on a subconscious level. You're aware of all of these thoughts. They are literally running through your mind all the time. But you're keeping a lid on them in the sense that you're not really letting the other person know. You're keeping this all to yourself. And you're showing me like on the surface, I'm going to keep appearing the way I normally appear. Like I'm good. I'm unbothered. I'm unfazed. I'm confident. Like this connection's great. I feel great. But deep down, you're starting to recognize like this is not working for me. This is not working for me. This doesn't feel good. This literally feels like I'm constantly in your head. All you keep hearing and thinking is like, this isn't working. This sucks. This isn't good. This, dang. What happened though? What caused this sudden shift? Oh my gosh, I'm so intrigued. I just want to like dig deeper, but I'm not going to because then I have to do that for all the signs. Okay, let's take a look at Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Predicted energies for April 15th through the 30th. Let's see, Pisces. Also, you guys, I am traveling and unfortunately I'm in a hotel and there's people outside which are super loud. So I'm hoping this microphone doesn't pick up on that, but yeah, if you guys can hear it, people are just like unaware of the fact that there's other people around them. Like I can literally hear their conversation outside my door. Okay, Pisces, you get the Two of Swords and the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you get the Six of Pentacles. You're trying to be optimistic and you're showing me like this connection, whatever other energy you're dealing with, there's balance. There's equal give and take. There's a good flow. This connection feels balanced to you. But you're showing me there's something here which I'm not sure about. I don't know, right? You thinking about something, you don't have the clarity that you're looking for. You're trying to maintain optimism. I can see that. And again, the energy, the flow is really good. There's a good balance. There's a good exchange of energies between you and whatever energy is connected to you. So what don't you know about? What is the Two of Swords about? Let's see. Let's clarify the Two of Swords. What is the Two of Swords all about? Nine of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, you get the Queen of Swords. You don't know. Okay, I'm going to start off before I explain what you don't know about. You're not giving up on whatever this is. Okay, whether it's a friendship or romantic relationship, you're not giving up. You're kind of just observing. You're showing me when it comes to taking action based on how I feel or based on what I think or don't think, I'm not taking any action right now. Okay, so you're not going to do anything about this yet because you're showing me I don't fully feel confident in whatever it is that I'm interpreting or understanding. You don't know if this connection gives you what you need emotionally. There is something here when it comes to filling your emotional cup, whether that's emotional stability, emotional balance. There's something about what this other person gives to this connection, which you don't know if it gives you what it is that you need and want emotionally. Now, it's interesting because you're showing me I'm thinking about this and I don't know. So emotionally, you don't feel like this person is giving you what you need or what you want, but you don't have like actual, it's almost like you're trying to quantify it and you're trying to find exactly what it is that's lacking emotionally, like what you're not getting from this connection emotionally. And you're showing me I can't pinpoint it. I can't figure it out. Like I genuinely don't know because you showed me at the bottom of the deck, there is balance. There's equal give and take. There's a good flow. Like if I text, they text back, in terms of the conversation. There's something lacking there emotionally and you just don't know what it is. You can't put your finger on it. And you're showing me, I don't know yet, so I'm not going to take any action yet, but something feels like it's lacking emotionally for you. Let's take a look at the Page of Wands. Because you are still maintaining a level of optimism here. You're showing me like this is fun, this is cool, but like something is lacking here for you emotionally. Six of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you get the Sun. Yeah, you've entertained the idea of kind of just like walking away from this and kind of like, you know what, let me just start over with somebody else, or let me just give up on this connection entirely. You're not, I don't see you doing that yet. But what is holding you tied up to this connection if you're not getting everything you need emotionally? There's almost this energy of like interacting with this person. It doesn't feel good. It like boosts your confidence in a way. It's almost like this connection, it's not only fun, it makes you feel very, very confident and very, very good about yourself. Kind of like the center of the show. So it could be that this person really flatters you a lot, or it could be that, this person's like really attractive and being seen with them is positive, or it could just be that this person is like, very financially well off and it's like they take you to all these nice places. I don't know what it is about this connection, which isn't giving you what you need emotionally, but energetically, it really makes you feel like you're the center of the show. You're the center of focus. Like this person really makes you feel like all eyes on you. And yet you're still showing me, yeah, that makes me happy. Yeah, that's fun. But like, I'm still thinking of walking away from this. Something's not enough for you emotionally here. You're not getting what you need emotionally, but there are other redeeming factors to this connection, which are kind of keeping you there. Hello, hello. Okay, moving on to air signs. I'm just going to sip my coffee real quick. Let's do Aquarius. Moving over to Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Predicted energies for April 15th through the 30th. Let's see, Aquarius. Oh, okay, 3 of Wands in reverse. Nice. You're not going to have to wait as long as you think you are. Aquarius, give me one more. Oh, what flipped over? Something flipped over. 9 of Cups. I like it. Aquarius, your emotional stability, there's something here that you're showing me. I'm waiting for emotional stability. I'm waiting to feel emotionally fulfilled. I'm waiting to feel emotionally balanced. You're not going to have to wait as long as you think you are. Okay? You have a certain timeline in your head where it's going to take a month, 2 months, 3 months. It's not going to take that long. The universe is like, nope. The waiting energy is blocked. So let's see if you're just not going to have to wait as long as you think, or if the universe is like, honey, don't even bother waiting because it ain't going to happen. I don't think that's the case, but let's see. My Pisces is an avoidant. Yeah, that's not surprising. That, you know what? That's actually a great way to describe the Pisces energies. Avoidant. That's a good one. I didn't even think of that while I was doing the reading. Let's see. Clarify the 3 of Wands in reverse for me. Oh, yes. I'm just going to flip this over for my own visual sanity. Aquarius, look, you get the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You're not going to have to wait as long as you think you're going to have to wait for this communication. This communication is going to show up much, much, much sooner than you think. Now, I have some things to say about this communication, but you're not going to have to wait as long as you think to hear from this person. However, if you think you're going to get some clarity, if you think that this communication is just going to be open and vulnerable and like, no. This communication is going to have 2 very annoying energies tied up to it. One, it's going to confuse the heck out of you, which means whoever's communicating with you, whoever's reaching out, don't expect to get clarity from this communication. So if they've ghosted you or you guys haven't talked for a few weeks and now you're thinking, oh, we're going to talk, like I'm going to hear from them, they're going to reach out and I'm going to understand where the hell they went, what happened. No, you're going to get even more confused from this communication. Secondly, there's going to be a lot of resistance and a lot of walls connected to this communication. So what I mean by that, it's not like this person's going to come in and be like, hey, Aquarius, you know what? I've been thinking about you. I'm really sorry for ghosting. I really didn't mean that. No, they're going to come in and be like, hey, how are you? Are you good? Yeah. Okay, sweet. Do you want to meet up for coffee? Literally kind of like not even addressing certain things, not giving you the clarity that you want. It's also going to be not standoffish, but like, when someone texts you or calls you and you can literally feel that like emotional wall, that emotional distance. Yeah, that's going to be present there as well. Let's take a look at the 9 of Cups though, because this is all about emotional fulfillment. So why is this showing up? Oh, King of Pentacles. Give me 2 more. 2 of Wands, 8 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, you get the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this communication, is still going to make you feel good. It's going to confuse you. Okay, there's going to be a lot of resistance there. But it's going to still show you, like the reason it's going to make you feel so good is because it's going to mark, as far as you're concerned, a new beginning. You're showing me, yeah, my person maintains their emotional distance. Yeah, they're standoffish. Yeah, they're difficult. Yeah, they're I mean, the King of Pentacles, like, this is not an easy energy to deal with by any means, right? But you're showing me, despite all of that, despite the distance, despite the emotional distance, despite how emotionally detached they are, how cold they are, right? The fact that they communicated with you and they reached out still fills your emotional cup. Because to you, it signifies a new beginning. So it's kind of this energy of like, yay, they haven't completely abandoned me. They're not completely over this connection. We haven't completely separated. And again, this communication is not going to give you much. I'm telling you right now, like, don't expect to get clarity. They're not going to be pouring their heart out here, but it's what comes along with this communication, which is really what does it for you, which like makes you happy and fulfilled because you're like, yeah, this means that they're still in it. This means that they still care. Cool. Okay, Aquarius. That was Aquarius. Let's move on to Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Show me Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Carolyn, don't you dare say anything. Don't you dare. I can already feel you gunning to say something. Don't you dare. Let's see, Libra. I was waiting for that emoji at the end. Let's see. Let's see. Show me Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, April 15th through the 30th. Four of Cups, the Moon. Bottom of the deck, you get the Ace of Cups. Okay, Libra, you definitely want a brand new beginning with somebody here, and you want a romantic new beginning. And you're showing me, I'm bummed out, I'm unhappy, I'm just bummed. It's not depressed. It's not heartbroken. You're just bummed. Everything is just bleh. Why is the moon showing up here though? What are you refusing to look at? What are you refusing to accept? Let's take a look at the Four of Cups. Clarify the Four of Cups for me. Five of Cups, Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Wow. 4, 4, 4. And the 5. 4, 5, 4, 4, 5. Wow. Look, Libra, you're not having a great time, are you? You're missing someone here. You're really feeling the loss of someone, of this connection. You're longing for them. You're yearning for them. You really, really want to heal things. Specifically, you want to heal things based on the past, how you acted in the past, how you behaved in the past, what you said in the past, something about what you did in the past. You want to heal it. You want to fix it. You want. And what are you doing about it? Absolutely nothing. You're literally sitting there, not budging, not moving. Now, Libra, these are they're not very difficult energies, but they're quite uncomfortable. Like, it's regret, it's remorse, it's unhappiness, it's disappointment, it's desire, it's missing someone. And you're not doing anything about it. You're not budging. And I want to ask why, but I can't ask why because then I'm going to have to ask why for all the signs. Why are you not budging? Let's take a look at the moon. See what the moon is all about. Temperance. Some of you may be dealing with a Pisces or a Sagittarius. Page of Cups, Justice. This is you. You want, bottom of the deck, you get the Emperor. Look, Libra, I'm sorry. I'm going to say something that you're really not going to like. You're refusing to accept, okay? You're refusing to really look at the fact that your need for control, which I'll get to this in a second, is negatively affecting you, okay? you really try to embody the Emperor energy. You always want to appear in control, unbothered, unfazed. Literally, think of an emperor sending out the troops to war or whatever, right? Like, he doesn't have an emotional attachment. He makes logical decisions. Why are you implementing, I'm sorry, not employing. Why are you implementing this energy when it comes to a connection? You're showing me it bums you out, it disappoints you, you miss this person, you miss this connection, and you're showing me like, I know and I want to balance out these energies. I want to restore harmony here, and all you have to do, well, he is a Marine, fair, all you have to do is just open up your heart a little bit, right? Just crack your heart open. But what you're doing is you're refusing to look at that. You're refusing to look at that. You're literally showing me, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to accept that. I don't want to admit that. And so that's fine. You don't have to. Obviously, you have free will. But burying your head in the sand and pretending like you're not the one causing yourself your own, I'm not going to say misery, but like unhappiness, disappointment, like this energy of loss, you're doing this to yourself with your own two hands and with your own actions and your own energy. And I don't even see you necessarily blaming anybody else, so I do appreciate that. But I also don't fully feel like you recognize, like, all these bummed out energies, they're coming from you. Honey, the call is coming from within the house. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, just a very, very difficult, confusing energy. Okay, let's move on to Gemini. Show me Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Predicted energies for April 15th through the 30th. Oh my God, why is it so loud here today? Literally, I'm hoping this microphone doesn't pick up on this, but it is so loud, you guys. 5 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Cups. Well, there's good news and there's not so good news, Gemini. You're no longer conflicted. Okay, I can see whatever you were conflicted about or whatever this internal like conflict was, you don't have that anymore, but you are still emotionally overwhelmed. And bottom of the deck, you get the King of Wands. Nobody knows. You're not showing this to anybody. You're maintaining a very, very confident, very unbothered energy in terms of what you're presenting. Let's see. At least you're not conflicted anymore. So let's see what you're not conflicted about anymore. Clarify the 5 of Wands in reverse for me. Ten of Cups, the Emperor, Page of Swords. I like it. So essentially you're showing me I'm no longer conflicted about what makes me happy, what balances me out emotionally, what fills my emotional cup. You know exactly what it is you're looking for, what it is you need in order to feel genuinely happy. Not just kind of like, kind of happy, actually happy, and happiness that comes from feeling emotionally balanced and getting what you need and giving yourself what you need, right? Pouring into your own emotional cup. You're crystal clear on that. Now, you've managed to you've also figured out a way not only to give that to yourself, but make sure that anybody or anything that you surround yourself with, right, also gives that to you. However, there's one person here, which you're not 100% sure about. So to illustrate this energy, let's say you've been feeling like you've had some connections or relationships in your life which haven't really been fulfilling you. Maybe these are emotional vampires. Maybe these are people that drain you. This could be friends, family, romantic, whatever. You're showing me I was conflicted for a long time. Do I cut them out? Do I not? How do I keep, in touch with them? You've kind of balanced all that out. You cut out the people that no longer serve you. Anybody that doesn't make you happy or emotionally fulfill you and doesn't have like a good connection with, you cut them out, you're good. You've made that executive decision as the Emperor. There is at least one connection here which you still have your doubts about, which you still cannot 100% be like, okay, I'm cutting them out, I'm not cutting them out. I want them in my life, I don't want them in my life. And again, for the majority of your connections, you're not conflicted, you're not confused anymore. There is one, at least one, there could be more than one, at least one which you're still, they got like this big question mark on them, which you're like, oof, I'm not sure. Let's take a look at the Seven of Cups. So you're not conflicted, but you're also a little bit emotionally overwhelmed. Let's see why. Let's see why. Clarify the Seven of Cups for me. Three of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Eight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you get the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Like I said, there's at least one more connection that you're not 100% sure of. Now, you've entertained multiple times walking away from this. And this connection, I don't feel like it's necessarily romantic. It could be someone that you had something romantic with. But for right now, you're showing me this is just friends. This is just casual. Like, this is not deep. I don't see like a deep, deep emotional connection here. And you're showing me I've entertained walking away from this. And I feel like you've even talked to this person about walking away, about detaching, about just being like, hey, you know what? This doesn't work for me anymore. You haven't actually walked away though. In terms of taking action, you haven't. Something about this specific connection, there is an emotional attachment here. Because if you didn't care, it wouldn't emotionally confuse you and overwhelm you. So you do have some emotional attachment to this connection and this person, right? But just the thought of like walking away from this specific person and connection, it really throws you for an emotional loop. And I don't know why. I don't know why. This connection is not easy. There's resistance, there's friction there, but the thought of, and it's not even just like emotionally detaching, the thought of physically walking away from this person and this connection, it really kind of taxes you emotionally. And again, I feel like you've talked to them. Maybe you've said like, hey, you know what? I don't really feel like this connection is giving me what I need. I'm thinking of like, maybe we should take a break or something. You've said this. You've verbalized it. You still haven't acted on it yet. I'm tempted, Gemini, but I can't clarify. I can't. So if this resonates with you and you want to fill me in on what this is, I would love to hear it. Okay, moving on to fire signs. Let me just sip my tea real quick. I have to constantly be drinking as I'm doing readings because for some reason I lose my voice. Like my voice starts to get really, really hoarse and icky if I don't drink. And I'm not even thirsty. Why am I sharing this with you guys? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's move on to fire signs. Leo. Show me Leo. Sun, moon, and rising. Yay, fire. Yeah, Carolyn, you're next. Let's hope it's still a yay by the time we get to your sign. Show me Leo, sun, moon, and rising, April 15th through the 30th. The Devil and the Eight of Wands. Some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn or a Taurus. Bottom of the deck, you get the Empress. Who is this person which you want to talk to so badly you can taste it? You are literally obsessing over communication with this person. Obsessing. Now, either you're obsessing over them talking to you or you want to talk to them. I don't know. We're going to clarify this in a second. I can tell you that this person holds a very, very special place in your heart. Very, very special. Leo time. Yes, this person holds a very, very special place in your heart. They are very significant to you. This is not someone that you just met and you've known for like a day or two. This is someone which is like, at some point, if not currently, they were the person. Your person. So let's see. Let's clarify the Devil. Nine of Wands, the Strength. This is you, Leo, and the Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you get the Death. Things ended with this person. They ended, okay? And you're showing me ever since this ending, there has been nothing but friction and resistance and walls and frustration tied up to this person. Now, Leo, I'm about to say something which you are probably not going to like me for. This frustration, this resistance, all these really difficult energies that you're experiencing tied up to this person and tied up to this ending, you're causing them for yourself. And I'll tell you why. You're waiting for something. You're sitting here waiting for something. You're waiting and anticipating something from this person. Either you're waiting for this person to change. You're waiting for this person to realize your value. You're waiting for this person to reach out. You're waiting for this person to recognize like how important you are, how amazing. You're waiting for something from this person. And you've been waiting for a while. And you're showing me like, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. You just don't know when. And all that does, Leo, is cause a lot of frustration and a lot of very, very difficult energies for you. Okay? And I'm not saying that you're waiting in vain or not, but it's that waiting aspect which is causing you all of these very frustrating energies. Now, this is going to sound way easier said than done, but once you release attachment, okay, it's called the art of detachment or the art of, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically, I think like you detach, right? You no longer sit there with a stopwatch, like, okay, it's been 2 days. Okay, it's been 3 days, right? Once you detach and you just let divine timing take its course, this frustration, this resistance dissipates, okay? But you're making things harder for yourself because you're just waiting. You're sitting there waiting and anticipating and expecting something, which you don't know when it's going to come. And it's like, you're just sitting there by the phone, waiting. How about you just walk away from the phone, and if the phone ends up ringing at some point, you'll go answer it. But waiting for the phone to ring is not going to make it ring any faster. Let's take a look at the Eight of Wands. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Magician. You want communication. You do. You want this more than anything. Leo, you want this so bad you can taste it. I'm just going to sip my tea real quick. You're showing me the Magician and the Star. Those are both energies of desire. Like desire. Jen, by the way, just because this isn't your sign, it could also be that you have a lot of Leo in your chart. So maybe your moon, your rising, your Venus, like those could be elements or different houses are in Leo. And that's why this is resonating so strongly for you. So take a look at your chart and see which places, which elements you have Leo in. You want literally, like I said, Leo, you're showing me like, I want this more than anything. I want to communicate. I want to talk. I want to have a conversation. You're not even looking to like rip this person a new one or like, just there's no anger. There's no hate. There's nothing negative behind this communication. But you just want this communication so badly, so badly. It's borderline desperate, Leo. Okay? And it's not happening. I can see that nothing is happening here in the 3D world. It's not even just desperate. You're trying to be optimistic about this, right? You're trying to maintain this like optimism and positivity and like, it'll be good. It'll be great. We'll talk, right? Nothing is happening. And it's almost like that desperate energy is putting off the universe. Again, the best example I could give you, you're sitting there by the phone waiting. Call me. Now you're putting out this energy into the universe. Move away from the darn phone. If the phone rings, it'll ring. But you sitting there like, when is it going to ring? When is it going to ring? It's not going to make it ring any faster, Leo. So, yeah. Leo, if this resonates, I would love to hear it because I feel like this isn't going to resonate for everybody. Jen, I don't do charts, but I think you can get like a basic layout of your chart. Like you could just Google it. And I know like Astro Cafe, I think, they just will give you your chart. Like it's free, just free if you want to take a look at it. This is my ex Leo. I'm the one he's waiting to hear from. I'm a Cappy. Okay, you are a Cappy because Capricorn showed up right here, but he let me go, so nope. Wow, okay, that is spot on. I am a Wilda. Girl, that sounds like it was straight up for you. Carolyn, I think I'm a Leo moon. Girl, I would not be surprised if you're a Leo moon. Not even a little bit. I think I'm not a Leo moon. I'm cusp. I'm Leo moon cusp. But yeah, you give me Leo moon, which is a good thing. I love a Leo moon. It's who we truly are. Okay, let's move on to Sag. Scorpio was already done. I will be uploading the replay to YouTube. You guys will be able to watch it in a few days, but the podcast version, the audio version of today's reading is going to upload right away, like within a couple of hours. Any communication is all surface level. Yeah, he has to reach out to me. I did the original reaching out. He wants to reach out to you, but I don't see him taking any action. He's just sitting there by the phone begging you to like energetically reach out to him. Okay, let's move on to Sag. I'm just going to keep chatting with you guys all day. Let's move on to Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Show me Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aries is next. Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising, April 15th through the 30th. I feel like the majority of my audience is fire signs. Fire and water. Okay, Sag, the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you get the Ten of Swords. Something ended, and it was a painful ending. And you're showing me, I want a new beginning. I want to rekindle it. I'm not going to do fuck all of... Oops, I can't cuss. I'm not going to do anything about it. And beyond that, I'm going to appear like I am unbothered, unfazed, in control. Yeah. Let's see. I want to see why the Emperor came out first for you. You are a fire sign. You're not this kind of cocky, though. Like, this isn't even cocky. This is just more so like trying to put out an image of I don't care, I'm unbothered, whatever. That's not you, Sag. That's not you. That's not your core energy. So let me see why this is showing up for you. Clarify the Emperor for me for Sag. Judgment, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords again. Bottom of the deck, you get the Seven of Wands. Carolyn, what did you just say? A lot of frustration? Yeah, there is a lot of frustration. There's a lot of resistance showing up for you over the next 2 weeks. Now, you've decided within yourself, Sag, and I emphasize within yourself, that you want to essentially work through this ending. Now, I feel, and again, the energy is very understated because you're kind of like an onion, right? You layer how you feel and how you present the energy. So what I mean by that is you're showing me there was an ending. Okay, this ending sucked. I want to work on this ending. All right. I want to work through this ending. Now that's very vague, right? Like what does work through it mean? And then you go to the next layer and you're like, I've decided that I would like to resurrect this, i.e. come back from this ending. But you're not being super specific to what end, right? You're showing me, I want to resurrect this. I want to work through this. I want to you basically don't want this ending to be there and you want to work through it and you've decided that and you want to resurrect this. But again, you're not being specific even with yourself as to what it is that you actually want. You're showing me literally there's a lot of resistance for you in even figuring out what it is you're manifesting, right? So the Seven of Wands came up above the Magician. There is a wall between your desires and your manifestation and you. How are you supposed to have the universe deliver what you want and help you manifest what you're looking for when you're not even fully aware of what that is and you're even refusing to fully put it out there? So I'll give you an example. That's like somebody saying, I want to be famous. I want to be famous more than anything. They're not on social media and they're not even willing to tell themselves, to admit to themselves, what does famous mean? Do you want to be Instagram famous? Do you want to be YouTube famous? Do you want to be famous like I walk down the street and the paparazzi knows who I am? What kind of famous do you want? You're not even fully putting that picture out there. You're resisting and blocking your own manifestation. Okay. And again, it's because you're being very, very vague. You're not fully putting it out there what it is that you want. You know what you want, Sag. You know what you want, but you're refusing to fully put it out there. You're literally, there's like, think of it like a projector, right? Like a movie, like you're projecting onto a screen, but there's a wall in front of it. You're not going to see what the heck is being projected because there's a wall blocking it. And that's what you're doing with your manifestation and your desire. You're not fully putting it out there. Now, I would love to ask why, but I'm not going to because then I have to ask why for all the signs. Let's take a look at the Ace of Wands, see what this new beginning is all about. Four of Cups, the Empress, the Seven of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you get the Justice. You may be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus or an Aries. Doesn't have to be. Look, Sag, you're connected to someone. You feel a strong bond with someone. You want to balance out the energies with this person. They're very important to you, by the way. I don't care what happened between the two of you. I don't care how many times this person has let you down, and it's been at least once, if not more. Because you're showing me like I don't trust them. They still are very important to you. This person is like the person for you or your person, whether or not you. Now, again, I have to explain this energy because a lot of times when I say the person or the one, people are like, I don't want this person back. They're not good for me. Like they're not healthy for me. That doesn't mean that you're not still attached to them. That doesn't mean that they don't hold like some immense significance to you where they are the blueprint for what you want to feel, how you want to look in a relationship, right? There's something about them, which even if they as a whole, you don't want them back, you want to either have certain aspects of them or replicate those certain aspects in a different connection, right? Now, oh, thank you so much for answering. Yeah, I'm doing Sag right now. Then we've got Aries. If you guys missed your sign, the podcast version will be uploaded in a couple hours. YouTube will be uploaded in the next few days. And so this person has disappointed you multiple times, Sag. And you're showing me, I want to have a new beginning with them, though. You do still want to rekindle at least some part of this connection with this person. But you do not trust. You do not trust that this can happen. You do not trust that this will happen. You do not trust them. I don't know what this lack of trust is about, okay? But there is something here which you do not trust. And now I understand why you're not fully putting that out into the universe, because you're showing me, I don't want to attach my desire, my feelings to this manifestation, which I don't believe is going to happen. It's like you're pushing and pulling at the same time when it comes to your desire, right? Think of it like you're trying to, like you're flooring it in a car on the gas and you're also like flooring the brake. You're not going to move. You're stuck. And that's what you're doing with this desire. You know what you want. You want this person back, okay? Admit it to yourself. Don't admit it to yourself. I don't care. You want this person back. You want this connection back. But you don't trust them. You don't trust this is going to happen. You don't trust it's going to work out. You don't trust they're not going to disappoint you again. You don't trust that if you actually want this, the universe is going to deliver it. There's something here with the lack of trust. And that's why you're kind of stuck in place. You're not moving forward. You're not moving back. You're not You're not doing anything. You're stuck in place. Whew. Okay, let me answer a few questions here. Oh, I'm just read the chat before we move on to Aries. I want my Pisces back, but he ran. It's been 6 months. Super confused because I keep seeing signs to keep hope alive, but I keep being told to move on. Who keeps telling you to move on? You're saying I keep being told. Is it like the universe sending you signs that you need to move on? Or what? Yep, sounds about right. Tired of being stuck. Girl, you keeping yourself stuck. You keeping yourself stuck. And again, we just talked about why. I'm not like judging you or anything. It's just, decide what you want and put it out into the universe, which again, easier said than done. Trust me, I know. Okay, we already did Taurus, you guys. The replay will be uploaded soon. Okay, let's move on to still no contact, Emperor mode. Yeah, I figured. Both on your end and his end, by the way, Miss Ma'am. Okay, let's move on to Aries. And there goes my voice, starting to lose it. Sun, moon, and rising for Aries. For those of you listening to the podcast version and even the YouTube version, I apologize if my voice is scratchy. There we go. I've been doing this for like an hour at this point. My voice is like, we're done. We're done. Give me 5 more minutes. This is the last sign. Universe, please and thank you. Okay. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. 3 of Cups, the Tower. 9 of Pentacles. You're single. You're on your own, Aries. You're good. You can do you. You don't need anybody else. You don't need another connection. But you want something. If you don't want a reconciliation, at the very least, you want to spend some time, just you and this person, eye to eye. But the Tower is here. Tower is an energy of there's no foundation here. There's no stability. Let me see why this is showing up. Yeah, I upload replays to all the signs. Like I said, there will be an audio podcast version uploaded in the next few hours, and then you can actually watch the replay on YouTube. I'll upload the replay there in a few days. I just have to there's some post-editing that needs to go into it. Let's take a look at the 3 of Cups, Aries. Of course. Clarify the 3 of Cups for Aries. Seven of Cups, Page of Swords, and the King of Wands. This is you, Aries. I don't assign gender to my cards. Something's moving a lot more slowly than you would like, okay? Now, I can see that the energies are moving slowly for a reason. The universe is showing me you have your doubts, you have your question marks. There's a lot of emotional desire mixed with emotional confusion and slightly even emotional overwhelm tied up here to this desire to reconcile or spend time physically in this person's presence. You have someone else in mind. You're showing me like, I either want to reconcile with them romantically, or I at the very least want to sit in front of them, like be physically in their presence. The emotional aspect of this desire is not fully solidified yet. So if I told you right now, okay, you and this person, you have a coffee date in the next hour, you know what, not in the next hour, the next day, right? You'd feel a mix of emotions. You'd feel good about it. You'd feel scared. You'd be like, oh, I don't want this, but I do want this, but should I want this? And you'd have your doubts and your question marks. It's like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Is this the right choice? Is this the wrong choice? Should I pursue, right? There's a lot of it's like a swirl. And the universe is like, I'm not going to put you in this position. I'm not going to give you what it is that you want or are manifesting if you're not ready emotionally to receive it yet. Okay? Until you are fully in your balanced, fiery power at Aries, the universe is not going to make this happen. And so the universe is showing me the energy is there when you're ready for it to take place. When you're actually emotionally ready and you're balanced, it'll happen. Okay? And you know this. It's not happening right now, excuse me, because, again, it's just going to take a little bit longer. You're not in the right place emotionally yet to receive your desire. That's basically what the universe is saying. Let's take a look at the Tower and see what is lacking stability here. Clarify the Tower for me. Five of Cups, Eight of Swords, Two of Pentacles. You're not over the past yet. You're not over the past yet. You have a clear manifestation here, Aries. I'm just going to sip my tea. You have a very clear manifestation here. You know what you want. Unlike Sag, which was blocking their own desire and manifestation, you're crystal clear on what you want, what you're manifesting. However, that manifestation still comes with a lot of emotional confusion and doubt. So the universe is like, we're not going to make this happen yet. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer until you're more balanced. Now, The reason you're not fully balanced yet and you're not emotionally in a place to receive your manifestation and your desire is because you have still not, like, there's a lot of things in the past which would still destabilize you. If you think of the past, whether it's one instance or multiple instances with this person in the past, okay, it literally throws you off balance. You start to freak out, you start to psych yourself out, you start to literally spiral about the past, and it confuses you and it throws you for a loop. And the universe is like, this is not a balanced energy at all. And in fact, it literally destabilizes you to your core on a soul level. So this could be something as simple as like, oh, hey, you know, you decided to walk away because in the past you felt like this connection was not balanced, it wasn't leveled, it wasn't right for you. You walked away. If the universe came in and was like, hey, I want you to think about you walking away in the past, you have regret, you have remorse. You're like, oh, did I make the right decision? No, but I felt like I made the right decision. But actually, did I make the right decision? Maybe I should have waited longer. Maybe I shouldn't have waited longer. You're all over the place. And it literally chips away at your stability internally. And the universe is like, you are not in a place to get what you want out of this yet. You are not in a place to be balanced and leveled. Like, you're not there yet. The universe is not going to give you what you want yet. It'll happen. It'll happen. The universe is not saying this is blocked. There's no way. It'll happen. It'll just take longer than you want it to happen, or longer than you want, because emotionally, you're still not in a place to receive this and be able to deal with it without it completely destabilizing you. And the universe is not going to destabilize you. The universe is not going to throw you into tower moments unless there's a point to that. And the universe is like, there's no point to this. There's no lesson I need you to learn. Once you get your bearings and you're balanced and all of that, you'll get what you want. You're not there yet. We'll give it to you when you're ready. That's literally all the universe is saying. So guys, that is what I have for you. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for tuning into the extended, and I will see you here on the next one.